Hey guys, Cronus Falls here, and today I'm going to be bringing you a video on the Dragon's Lair. Now, Dragon's Lair is typically considered to be the easiest of these four major dungeons, and that's why I've kind of held off on making a video on it up until now. But I figured I may as well get in and show you guys how you need to structure a team in order to progress through the Dragon's Lair. So we're going to go ahead and go on to Dragon 20 here because the same ideas apply all across. If you can get a team comp like this, you'll be looking pretty good. So we're going to be coming in here, we're going to be using Greybeard for, first of all, our aura. He gives a 30% increased defense in dungeons, which is very nice. And then he's also going to be providing CC for us. He has an AoE freeze as well as a provoke on his A1. So he can really help us not take as much damage from the waves, and that's what he's coming in for. Then we've got Apothecary here, who's going to be our turn meter booster slash speed booster slash healer. He does a lot of stuff, and basically he's going to be keeping us running faster than the enemy teams. So if we can be taking 2 turns to every 1 turn they take, that's going to help us a lot. Oh. Didn't mean to take him out there, but we have Stag Knight here coming in as our AoE decreased defense. Now someone like War Maiden would actually work better on Dragon 20, seeing as she would be Force Affinity, whereas he is Spirit and therefore a weak affinity, but he'll do just fine for us today. Then we've got Kale coming in here. He's going to be our Poisoner, and Poison is the main way coming up through the game how you're going to be taking out the dragon. So if you can build up enough poison on him, it's going to tick through that purple bar and stop the inhale. And then finally, we've got Reliquary Tinder here. Now, Reliquary Tinder is important to this team composition for Dragon for 2 reasons, actually. The first of which, if the waves hit us too hard and knock down our Kale or someone, then she can go ahead and bring him back up for us, because he is paramount to the end of the fight. And she can also cleanse the debuffs that the dragon places on us when he uses his attacks, such as the poison and decrease attack. So that's going to be the team comp. Let's go ahead and get into it. And after this, I'm going to show you guys kind of a later game strategy, but this initial is going to just be to show you guys how to progress when you're going through your Arbiter missions. So as you can see, we got a couple freezes there from Greybeard. We're taking 2 turns for every 1 that they're taking, which is nice. Obviously, coming up, you're probably not going to be able to get over 200 speed on your champions. But that being said, you don't really need it. As long as you've got your champions like at least over 150, you'll be looking pretty good. So we've got some more freezes coming up. And we're progressing pretty well here. All our people are looking pretty healthy, thanks to Reliquary Tinder and Apothecary bringing us the heals. Kale is also in lifesteal gear, so he can sustain himself a little bit as well. So this definitely isn't going to be a fast method. This is not what you're going to be speed farming with later on, but this is going to be a very consistent method, and when you need to auto Dragon 20 10 times to get Arbiter, this is definitely going to be what you need to be doing. And like I said, Dragon is the easiest dungeon to 20. So putting together a team like this is fairly easy compared to some of the other dungeons, like a spider dungeon where you need very specific turn meter or AoE HP burn, something like that. But here really any champion can come in, like Frozen Banshee for instance for Kale, or Eothar, Juliana, anyone who can put a decent amount of poison up on the dragon. And then anyone who can do some AoE CC can come in here, like a Miscreated Monster, or obviously Greybeard does a good job, or maybe like a Molly Tankard, someone with an AoE Provoke. I think Rockbreaker can do it as well. So, you know, there are a lot of people who can come in and do this CC job pretty well. Reliquary Tinder is, I think, the best rare to be putting in this position, but there are other epics as well out there that can res you, and I'm sure there are other rares, I just don't know any off the top of my head. And then Apothecary is kind of a staple in anyone's team. If you don't have him, High Katoon can come in here and do just as well. The only problem with her coming into Dragons 20 is that they will target her because she's green affinity. But as you can see, we're coming up at the end of the second wave here. We are about 2 minutes 30 seconds in, so not too bad. And now that we're on to the dragon, Greybeard's done his job, and now it's time for Kale to do his. So Kale doesn't do too much as far as the waves go, but as he starts stacking up poisons on this dragon, we're going to be dropping his health significantly. So if we can get the A3 coming in here from Kale, that'd be perfect. Ooh, we didn't land a single poison from it. That's not good. So someone like Frozen Banshee can come in here and do a better job than Kale now, which did not used to be the case, but now that her AI has been fixed, she can do it. The only problem with bringing her in is she's not as helpful in the waves as Kale is, so keep that in mind. We're chunking away at him. As you can see, we're doing pretty good, not really in any danger. Reliquary Tender's probably going to come through soon to cleanse us. There we go, so there goes the decreased attack. We got decreased defense now from Stag Knight, and we would have probably had that earlier if it was someone like War Maiden in here. But look at that poison now. We've almost got the debuff bar completely full, so as soon as he's about to take his turn, that's going to just tick it away. There we go, and so we don't take the stun. We're cleansed by Reliquary Tender, and we are looking pretty good. So if you don't have someone like a Reliquary Tender that can revive you as well, you could bring in someone who's going to help you sustain. So that could be someone like a Zelota that can give you big shields as well as heal you, or a Senesha that gives good healing, Venasil. Basically anyone who can complement Apothecary to help keep your people alive. Alright, so we're coming right up on the end here. Looks like we're going to be about 4 minutes 30 seconds on this run. And we'll see if we can get a little more poison on here with Kale. Alright, didn't quite drop it, but that's fine. So since we're going fast, we're still going to be able to take a turn before the dragon. And that is very important to do. And that's it. So 4 minutes 34 seconds. We came in here with 4 rares and 1 epic that's available in the battle pass. So as you can see, Dragon, it's not a super difficult dungeon to do. Anyone out there who's been playing for a couple months can probably bring a team up to Dragon 20. It just takes proper planning and gearing and just a good sense of what you need to be bringing. So like I said, CC, speed, AoE decreased defense, poison, and either heals or revive or shields, like big shields. But that being said, let's go ahead and show what we're going to be doing after we get Arbiter. So, if we've gotten our Arbiter, we've gone through that team, we've beaten Dragon 20 10 times, and we've gone through all the other dungeons, then we have a lot more options. So we're going to be bringing in Apothecary as our leader. We're going to be bringing in Arbiter. We're going to be bringing in Madame Ceres this time because she's not a weak affinity. So this is going to be a very strong team, a very end-game oriented team to do it quickly. And then we're going to go ahead and grab Miscreated Monster here. And finally, we will take in Rotos. So this team comp, it has a lot of similarities to what I was running before. We've got Apothecary in here for the speed. We've got an AoE decreased defense in Madame Ceres. Arbiter is going to be coming in here to give us speed and revive, so she's replacing Reliquary Tender. And the Miscreated Monster is going to be our CC, replacing Greybeard, so he's coming in to stun for us and do some damage as well as give us some shields. And finally, Rotos is coming in there and replacing Kale. Now typically you don't want a high damage dealer like a Cold Heart or something in that position. Kale will do a better job. But Rotos is pretty nutty, so he can come in and slot in just fine. As you saw that last run, I think it was about 4 minutes and 30 seconds. This one's going to go a lot faster for us, because Rotos is just going to be slamming these waves. And as you can see, my team isn't really built for a whole lot of damage here. Rotos is the only real damage coming through. So once you start speed farming, like if you have Royal Guards, they can come in and your strategy will completely change at that point. I think you do need a Prince Kaimar or a Renegade in order to make it work really well. But that being said, this team works pretty well. It's got me at about a 2 minute 30 second clear time, and that is on unlimited frames. I'm pretty sure I'm running at 60 frames per second right now, so it's going to be a little bit slower. But we've got the decreased defense coming up on the second wave now. Rotos just hitting people super hard. It would be nice to have an AoE clear that could hit as hard as Rotos does, but I understand that would be completely broken and doesn't belong in the game. It would definitely help me with my times though. Alright, there goes another one. Extra turns, Rotos just coming and doing his thing. And so unlike Kale, Rotos is actually the main driving force in this team. Like, Kale's not that useful until you get to the dragon, but Rotos actually will come in here and just clear everything for you. He's an amazing champion. If you manage to fuse him, good for you. That is definitely going to be a big credit to your account. Both in arena, clan boss, dragon, you know, you can bring him pretty much anywhere. He's crazy. Fire Knight, not as good, but you can still do it. As you can see, even though we didn't have any poison there, we managed to easily get through that purple bar. And we don't have a cleanse here, but that's fine. We're not going to be taking a whole lot of damage, especially with shields from Miscreated Monster. And we'll never be taking that inhale attack, so we don't have to worry about that as well. So I do believe that does some extra damage. We got the weaken up now from Arbiter, keep that decreased defense going. We're at about 218 right now, so we're about halfway through the time of the previous run, and Dragon's halfway dead. So we should be able to finish this up right at about 245, it looks like. So again, not a super speed run, but it is something that you can come in here and do once you have higher level champions. It's definitely been helpful for me in Dragon tournaments, because before it was difficult at the very end of the tournament if I was trying to go for first place. So we actually did take the inhale right there. That can happen if Rotos doesn't take any extra turns and his timing's a little off. But we can recover from it just fine. Anyways, having a faster clear time helps you to just win tournaments, get more relentless gear. It is very helpful, and this is in-game kind of stuff. So if you could be doing it in like 45 seconds like some people do, it's just crazy how fast people can get it. But as you can see, the best time with this team going is 1 minute 59 seconds, so a 2-minute clear is not bad. That is on unlimited frames though, as I said. So that's Dragon 20. I'm going to go ahead and go over some of the champions real quick and just let you guys see what I was running. So Arbiter, we've got her coming in at about 260 speed, 4k defense, 45k HP, 196 accuracy to place her weaken. And she's rocking defense percent gloves, defense percent chest, and speed boots, as well as defense on all the jewelry. Then we had Rotos coming in here. He's in a relentless set. So he's rocking about 25k HP, about 3750 attack, about 2400 defense, 191 speed, 99% crit rate, 194 crit damage, and 209 accuracy. And he's got crit damage gloves on, attack percent chest, and speed boots with an HP ring, crit damage amulet, and an accuracy banner. Then we have Madam Saris coming in. She's running at 229 speed, about 32k defense, 37k HP, and I use her in arena, so she's got about 442 accuracy. And then Miscreated Monster came in. We have him running at about 61k HP, 210 speed, 100% crit rate, 137 crit damage, and 257 accuracy. So he's in crit rate gloves, HP percent chest, speed boots, HP ring with good defense rolls, crit damage amulet, and an accuracy banner. Then we've got Stag Knight here. He's kind of similar to Miscreated Monster in his build, in that he's building close to 100% crit rate, 98%, 182 crit damage, 22, almost 2300 defense, 35k HP, and 220 accuracy. And he's coming in here with crit damage gloves, HP percent chest, speed boots, defense ring, crit damage amulet, and accuracy banner. Then we've got Kale here. He's just set up as a campaign farmer, like a low-level campaign farmer. So he's in crit rate gloves, attack percent chest, speed boots. Got him in a defense ring, crit damage amulet, and an accuracy banner. So he's rocking about 25k HP, about 17, almost 1800 defense, 2700 attack almost, 100% crit rate, 91% crit damage, and 225 accuracy. Graybeard's going to be coming in here with defense percent gloves, defense percent chest, and speed boots. We got him in a defense ring. He is a defense champion, so we want that defense as high as possible. Defense amulet and accuracy to be landing those freezes for us, keeping us alive. And then finally, Apothecary is going to be coming in. He's built for clan boss as well, so he's at about 3800 defense, 41k HP, 257 speed, and crit rate, crit damage, accuracy. None of that matters on this guy. So those are all the champions I brought in. Obviously, coming up through the game, you're not going to have your champions that fast. You can probably have the same levels of defense as I have, except maybe on Apothecary and Arbiter. But overall, my champions are definitely built a little better than you would be coming up through the game for that early stage, but they can do it just fine at lower stats. It'll just take a little bit longer. So that's it for Dragon 20, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe if you'd like to see some future content, and comment down below anything in particular you would like to see me do. And thanks.